Good morning. Today we're working on math lesson 18.7, solve 1 and 2 step problems using data. Now, 1 and 2 step, so that means we're probably going to have to solve more than one equation while we're doing these. Let's read our I can statement together. I can use data in picture graphs, bar graphs, and line plots to solve 1 and 2 step. How many more and how many less problems? Okay. And what do we usually do when we have how many more, how many less? What operation do we do? Subtract. Now, we might have to add before we subtract if it's a two-step problem. Okay? Step it out. Pilar surveys the students in her group about their favorite summer activities. How many more students chose beach than pool and camp combined? So what are we going to have to do first?
Add them.
Add, what two things are we going to add? Pool and camp. And somebody said 4 plus 3. Well, pool is 4 and camp is 3. Okay. Let's go through our steps. Make a picture graph of the data. What are we going to write up top as our title? All right, it's in the top of the tally chart. I'm going to have to make my letters smaller.
Oh, it's still going.
Okay, so underneath our title, we're going to put the names of our activities. So what's the first activity listed in our tally chart? Beach. So put beach in there. Pool is the next one. Home and camp. Okay. Get them in each of the spaces. I'm going to make these larger. There we go. Okay, so you should have listed the activities in there. Beach, pool, home, camp, and playground. If you're watching the video and you need to stop it, go ahead and stop it and get those in. How many tally marks are in by beach? 10. Oh, we got to make faces, not numbers. What are we going to use for our... All right, we're going to look at the key at the bottom. Each beach ball equals 2 students. So there are 10 tally marks by beach. What are we going to put? How many beach balls or circles are we going to put, Dawson?
We could put the beach balls until we get to the 4 and then do a half one.
Okay, because we need 5, right? Very good. So you can do 1 whole, that's 2, or that's 2 times 1, 2, 4, 6, oh no, 8. We need 5 balls because they each stand for 2, but you're right. If you did that, then we would need, our key would be different. It would be larger. Okay, how about the pool? How many tally marks are there? 4. So what's half of 4? 2. So we need 2 beach balls. Tessa, how many tally marks are by home? 9. Okay. Ooh, now we might have to do a half, right? So let's draw.
You could just shade it.
2, 4, 6, 8, and then 9. Half for 9. Yep, you could have done it. Well, then you needed to shade everything if you're going to shade. And how about camp? How many are there? 3. Right? So 2 and then a half. And the playground has 4. So how many circles? 1, 2. Okay, it says you can use the picture graph to solve the problem. Draw the symbols to compare. Okay, so how many are by beach? How many circles are by beach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody see that? How many are by pool? By pool, there are 2. So we're going to put those in here. And how many are by camp? 1.5. Okay, think. Beach has a ball and a half more than the pool and camp, right? These 2 match, these 2 match, these match, and only half of this one matches, so we have 1 and 1/2 more. What does the half symbol stand for on the graph? 1 student. Okay, so 1 student. What equation can you write to find how many more students chose beach than pool and camp combined? Well, what do we need to do first?
2 plus 1.5. 2 plus 3.
Well, we're not going to work with our pictures. We're going to think with our numbers now. So how would, if we look at our tally chart, how would we, Kelton, what did you tell me I should do here earlier for the beach? 2 times 5, you told me, right? Equals 10. Okay. And then what would we have to do to find the number of pool and camp? 4 plus 3 equals 7. Put another comma. And if we're going to find how many more, what's that equation going to look like?
10 minus 7 equals 3.
Okay. 3 what? So our answer is 3 more students chose beach than pool and camp. Let's go ahead and flip to our next page. What kind of graphs are we looking at on our next page? What kind of graphs are those called? Bar graphs. A store collects data about camping tent sales over 4 months. So tents that you would take camping. And how long do they do it for? 4 months. How many fewer tents are sold in March and April combined? When we hear combined, what does that mean? Put them together. Okay, so we're going to add them. Then in June, make a bar graph of the data. What's the title of our graph? Right. Is Camry the only one who knows anything this morning? What are we going to put along the side of our graph? Over here for the... We're going to put that at the bottom. Because we're going to make this graph be horizontal. Okay? What are those called? Months. So we're going to write months over here. Okay? How many months are we talking about? March, April, May, and June. So 4 months. So let's put those up here. March, April, May, and June. Okay? Now we have to decide on, if we put some bars across there, how many, what's our scale going to be at the bottom? We have 10, 15, 5, and 50. So we can't make it anything too small or our June won't fit on there. So let's do them by 10. So we're going to have a 0 at this corner. And then we're going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we'll label that down here. Remember, on bar graphs, our numbers go even with our lines. Even with our lines. Okay? So if we're going to put March on, how many lines does our bar have to go? If there's 10 sold in March. So our bar would be pretty short and it would just go, whoops, it would just go to the 10 mark. Okay? What about April? In between 10 and 20, because we have to go to 10, but we're not at 20 because April is 15. So we're going to try and go about halfway between 10 and 20. And then May has, so how are we going to draw that? Kayla, what are we going to do for 5?
We're gonna since we're like at 10, we're gonna go like,
And we're going to be halfway before we get to the 10. There you go. And Jalen, where are we going to go for 50?
at the end.
Clear out to our last line we drew, right? Okay. Go ahead and stop your video and get that done. Here we go. One way to solve the problem is to use the bar graph, or on B, compare the bars. Count back from 50 to 25. Count by 10s and then by 5s. Why are they counting to 25? Look on their bar graph. 10 plus 15. They put it on the bar graph and made it to 25. So March and April combined have 50 minus 25. 50 minus 25. Now, some of us know that 25 is half of 50, but some of us might not. So we're going to say 25, and we're going to put 25 in here. Okay. Another way to draw a bar model and write equations. Okay, so they put March and April's on there, and then they put 50 down here at the bottom. So you would need to figure that up. So 10 plus 15 is 25, and 50 minus 25 is 25. Okay, if you're at home, I'm going to show you the answers on this page. I wanted you to work them, and then, so I'm going to leave it here for a second. Then I'm going to scroll down and show you the bottom of the page. You try and work through it before you compare. Then you can go on to your homework.